Hey everyone. Hey. I am Coach Linda, and this is 100 Days of Purpose. And today's topic is, are we there yet? Yesterday, we asked, where are you going? So, do you know the destination and do you know how to get there? Um, so, if you know the destination, can't talk today. If you know the destination, and you know how to get there, you know the vehicle to get you there. Then there is that world's famous question that kids always ask, are we there yet? Right? So, how do you know if you are truly operating in a place of purpose, if you're living your life on purpose? Because remember, I always say, take a sip of life. So, you want to be strategic, you want to be intentional, you want to be on purpose, you want to deliberately be in the spaces that you're supposed to be. You want to show up, you want to shine bright, you want to thrive, you want to prosper. All of those things, right? And so you want to build this legacy that you can pass on from generation to generation. Many of you know that I'm a Christian, and so I use a lot of biblical principles in my coaching. I use a lot of biblical principles in my daily life. And it's not so much because it's a crutch for me, or it's, there's nothing better to do and there's no better way to explain it, but these things absolutely work, whether you're in church or not in church, whether you believe in God or don't believe in God. These things absolutely make it happen in your life. And so there is a scripture that says, for I know the plans I have concerning you, saith the Lord, right? And so what that tells me is that there is a plan for my life. I'm not just here by a whim. I wasn't a mistake. There's, regardless of the story that your parents tell you about your conception, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a happenstance. It wasn't a planned thing by your parents. It was a deliberate thing because there was something that you were supposed to give to the world. And so when I'm talking about purpose, I'm talking about purpose in that sense. There's a reason why you are here. And if there's a reason why you are here, then there has to be a place that you end up. There has to be a destination. There has to be something that you can see and measure that you've accomplished what it is that you have accomplished. There's another scripture in the Bible that talks about David, King David. He did all that he was supposed to do and affected his generation, and then he died. And that speaks volumes to me, because how do you know everything that you're supposed to do before you die? Before you pass on, before you go into whatever you believe happens when you die, right? How do you know that you've accomplished what you were put on the earth to accomplish? So getting up, doing the 9 to 5 thing, it has to be more than that. Taking care of your family, it has to be more than that. Being a good person, it has to be that. There's a reason why you are here. There has to be a reason why you meet the people that you meet. And so when you are thinking about purpose in that sense, you have to know, one, where you're going, two, how to get there, three, what vehicle you need to take with it, right? Or how to get you there. And then four, you got to know when it is complete. So are we there yet? What does that look like? I always believe that when we have an idea, whether it's to start a business, whether it's to start a family, whether it's to do whatever it may be, and I'm sorry that I'm freezing up for those of you that are watching this. I'm sorry that I'm freezing up. It's it's either my computer or my internet, but my new computer will not, for some reason, let me use as gain control of the camera. So I have to do it on my old computer. And this one is like, look, girl, I thought you retired me. My job is done. Talking about purpose, my job is done. The purpose of me being your computer is complete. But anyway, but anyway, so you got to know what the final destination looks like. You got to know, how do I benchmark if I made it to where I need to be? And if you have to ask the question, this is the most important thing. So if you're taking notes, this is what you write down. This is the most important thing. If you have to ask that question, are we there yet? You're not there. If you have to ask the question, how much further? You're not there. You should know what the end result looks like. You should have an idea of, if I've dotted the I's and crossed the T's, if I put a period on the sentence, then I need to know what it looks like. What is the measurement of my success? How do I measure that I've been living this life on purpose? There's going to be, like I said yesterday, there's going to be milestones along the way, right? Because you got to be able to follow the roads, got to be able to connect the dots. But just like with GPS, you put in the destination and then it tells you the route to take to get to that final destination, but you know where the destination is. So when someone says, are we there yet? When the little kids are sitting in the car and they're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You can say, no, we're not there. And if you're really good, you can say, well, GPS says we'll be there in 15 minutes, or GPS says we'll be there in 5 minutes, right? Because you know what your destination looks like. If you have to ask the question, are we there yet? You haven't arrived. You haven't made it. And if you're looking around, have you ever been in a car? This is a freebie for you. Call this a bonus, right? Have you ever been in a car and you're driving somewhere, and you're driving and you're like, I know where I'm going, and you're doing this, and you start looking around and you're like, none of this stuff looks familiar, right? What happened to the store that was on that corner? And why what that house wasn't there before. You didn't don't look like they're supposed to look. May be a clue that you're on the wrong road, that you're taking the wrong path, that you made a wrong turn somewhere. So you got to know your destination. You got to know what it's going to require of you to make it to that destination. And who are the people that you are supposed to connect with along the way? Sometimes it's going to be people that you're serving. Sometimes it's going to be people that serve you. What does that mean, Coach Linda? Well, this is exactly what it means. It means that there's going to be people that you help along the way, and there's going to be people that help you. I don't know why my computer's acting up. Listen, today is just the day. It's April 1st, right? It's April 1st. So we all know what that is. But anyway, if you don't know, if you nothing looks familiar, if you have to ask the question, are we there yet? You haven't gotten there. The thing that you want to walk away with today for this 100th day, well, it isn't the 100th day, this is day 85. The thing you want to walk away with is, if I have to ask, are we there yet? I'm not there. And so maybe I need to go back and reference my strategy, reference my plan, and see exactly where I am and how much further I have to go, so that I can see the final result. Because if you are doing this and you don't have that goal to see the end result, then why are you doing it anyway? Remember, you're taking a sip of life. You got to be strategic, you got to be intentional, and you have to be on purpose. Strategic, intentional, on purpose. Strategic, intentional, on purpose. Strategic, intentional, on purpose. Strategic, intentional, on purpose. You've got to deliberately make up in your mind. And it's all about mindset. When people ask me, well, what do you do? Tell me what to do. And I can't tell you what to do. It's all about mindset. As a coach, it is never my intention to tell you what to do, right? Because what works for one may not work for another. It's my intention to change your mindset, to change your relationship with time, to change your relationship with money, to change your relationship with yourself and with others that you come in contact with, so that you can be a better you, so that when you offer yourself to the world, you are offering the best version of you. Your mindset is not a victim mindset. You're not everyone's out to get you. You know, I heard this and it's this just popped in my head while I was talking. So I'm going to talk about this and then we're going to be done. But I was listening to something and I don't know, because it wasn't a program that I was watching. A person that I was next to was scrolling channels and there was this thing in the background. And the man was saying that, during the pandemic, everybody was talking about Bill Gates and how he was trying to, downsize the population, and he was trying to track people and blah blah blah. Okay, I'm not here to say yay or nay to that. What I'm here to do is to bring up a very valid point that this man made. He said, with all the money that Bill Gates has, right? With all the money that he has, okay? And I believe the number he said was 100 billion, right? With 100 billion dollars, this man is sitting in his kitchen making a peanut butter sandwich, or whatever he's doing in his kitchen at the moment. He's in his kitchen making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and wonder one day I care less about who I am. So to make him out to be this little bit ludicrous, right? But that's what we do. What happened? Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, so I don't think this man is sitting in his winning the world is, right? I just don't think that. I don't believe that, you know. But on the other hand, kind of like the comedian said, I believe it was a comedian, Bill Gates has $100 billion. If he wants to know where I am because he wants to give me something, then hey, let him come find me, right? But this is what I'm trying to say. Many times we have a thought in our head, and whether that thought is true or not, we then want to go forth and think these weird negative things. And that only hinders and blocks and stops us from accomplishing the things that we need to accomplish, the things we need to do, because we're so busy worried about what somebody else may be thinking, what somebody else may be doing, what somebody else may want to do to sabotage us. Some of the people you think are thinking about you aren't thinking about you at all. Some of the people you think are against you, you're not even a bleep on their radar. Okay? So let's think about how we can change our mindset from that victim mindset into a active, productive mindset that's going to allow us to accomplish the things that we need to accomplish by the grace of God, right? By the grace of God, because you were put on earth for a reason. You are not here just taking up space. You are not here just breathing in air to be breathing in air, right? You have a reason. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how poor you are. I don't care what color skin you have, how long or short your hair is, how tall, how fat, how wide, how deep. It don't matter. You were put here for a reason. And you should want to accomplish why you were placed on earth. So if you have to ask yourself, are we there yet? You're not there. If you have to ask yourself, do I know where I'm going? You might want to get strategic and figure that stuff out, right? And there's techniques, there's strategies, there's workshops, there's all kinds of stuff to allow you to find out who you truly are and what you truly are supposed to do in this world. And it's not about changing your job, it's not about changing your family. That stuff is surface. Let's dig a little deeper. Is that okay? Can we dig a little bit deeper? Can we get a little bit deeper in this? Because I guarantee you, there's a wealth of knowledge on the inside of you that you haven't even begun to tap into, because you're so busy looking for the diamonds laying on top of the surface. And the diamonds, baby, those things are buried deep, because you need pressure, you need heat, you need tension for a diamond to be formed. It's not going to be laying up on the top. Anything worth value is not going to be just laying on the top. That's why if you want a person of value in your life, sometimes you got to dig a little deeper than their surface. If you want to have value in your life, you got to dig deeper than the surface. So go a little deeper. I am Coach Linda. This is 100 Days of Purpose. I want you to know this. And I bet you already know what I'm about to say. Already know what I'm about to say. But I'm going to say it anyway, because sometimes we need the redundancy of hearing it over and over and over again, right? So here it is. Here it is. Only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. So, as I scroll down to my next little frame, I dare you to be you, and the world will absolutely, without argument, adjust so that you can shine bright. Ah, Well, that didn't work, but here we go. One more time. One more time. One more again.